Hey, 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 dear humans, Huemans, how we all doing? Whew, it is the final day of July 2025. Today, we're connecting. I have a limited amount of time because the dryer is running with my nice, clean comforter. And so I'm a stickler for respect for people's time in the laundry room. So we do have about 30 minutes. We're going to connect here. How y'all doing? How's Leo season been treating you? Let's get the Palo Santo going. So I'm excited. It's my weekend. I've got myself a little 3-day weekend starting today. I go back into the JOB on Sunday. And this morning before connecting, I have walked both of the dogs together. We had a good walk and have done 7 loads of laundry. And all but my comforter is folded. It hasn't been put away yet. It will as soon as we're done here. But so it feels like, we're in this energy of being able to get things done. Like when we show up for ourselves, it's funny because all morning I was, that little wisdom, that pearl of wisdom, chop wood, carry water. All morning I was thinking, do laundry, mop floors, wash the dishes. It's all whatever it is. It's the next thing in front of us that we are asked to take care of. Oh, and I did a sink full of dishes this morning. I didn't do the dishes last night when I came home. I'm like, forget it. And so I forgot them and did them this morning. Let me just grab the candle here so I can get this going. So it looks like I'm here alone for this live. So what I'm going to do is just share with you briefly the energetics that you may be experiencing at this time. And absolutely, you are experiencing them whenever you get this message. So at this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel. To bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, with the intention of supporting our expansion with Jupiter in Cancer at this time, because that is really what we're feeling. So I trust that whenever you come across these messages, there will be something here to support you on your spiritual journey, your awakening, your healing. So, as always, these messages came through this morning, lots of doodly doos. And so we're just going to touch on it. We are in Leo season. We have Venus, the planet of love, who moved into Cancer yesterday. So today is Thursday, July 31st. 31st, last day of the month. So I was guided to write about what we're feeling. Deeply rooted in love, Jupiter and Cancer effect, ripples of eternal love. Child, you are home. Venus has now moved into Cancer, joining this party. And I was guided to write untangling from within. And then underneath it, receive when did it start? Did it start last night? It must have started last night. I kept hearing the word receive, and I kept seeing the word receive, and then other words were coming through. So today I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't put the pen in my hand last night. I was too tired. And you may be feeling really tired too. there is again the call for rest, the call for untangling from within so that we may receive what is meant for us. um, we also at this time, I'll get back to receive in a moment. Also at this time, we have Chiron, the wounded healer, who is in the sign of Aries. So many of you of my vintage had Chiron in your midheaven at the time of your birth. And so we're in our Chiron return. I'm not sure how much longer it lasts. I'm sure I have notes, but my brain doesn't retain anything. It's just kind of moment to moment these days. Um, Grounded with my head in the clouds is what I just heard. Um, so Chiron has stationed to go retrograde in Aries at 27 degrees 9 minutes. And what came through with that was the question, feeling lost. And what's your answer? Like, is it yes or no? Are you feeling lost? Are you found? And then beside it, I wrote, wonderful, you have been found. Ground your love now. So with the letters of receive today, the words that came through were restoration, embracing, comfort, evolutionary, inspirational, visionary, eternal. So see what you can come up with maybe with the words. Let's make, those really good words, see if we can come up with little inspiration words that remind us. Remember, what was the other, hope, helping our purpose evolve, helping other people every day, helping ourselves, ourselves, whatever. Whatever. So then underneath receive, I was guided to write disappointment. Disappointment when recognized is the healing ointment only we can apply to our wounds. And we are let me just read what I wrote. I'm trying to add words here, and I probably shouldn't. Disappointment, when recognized, is the healing ointment to our wounds. Application of your medicine begins within you. Limitations, boundaries. Wherever we go, there we are. Living, breathing art. Trust your beautiful, sweet, beating heart. Reflect, don't reject yourself. Mirror, mirror, what are we seeing? So, what are you seeing? What are you feeling in your experience? Remember the last time we were live, this was the message that had come through, making real what we feel, quelling the fears of the lion within, steeped heart deep in the dark womb of unconditional love. It's like this, it's like the child, us, breathes ourselves through our connection to spirit, through our connection to source, who is being with us through the entirety of the experience, whether we recognize that or not. It's about us, the child, reestablishing and then fine tuning our really strong connection to this unconditionally loving source who sent us here. And we agreed. We have sacred deals. We came here. We agreed to have the entirety of the experience to get to this point where we've got all these planetary alignments that have not been seen, well, never in our lifetime, but for thousands of years, right? Like, this is big. And if you're here connecting with this, you're aware, you're spiritually aware. We don't have all the answers, and that's when lessons in humility, I guess, lessons in love, as we continue to evolve. And um, although we're on these journeys our whole life, because we're always that little spiritual being of light, or not so little, um, at some point in time, we agree to actively participate in our awakening and our remembering and our healing. What is our responsibility? Why are we here? So we're here to heal. And so much healing takes place when we just truly allow ourselves to be moment to moment, in the moment. I don't know why I'm showing that. So then I was guided to connect in with the energy of Mercury retrograde. And instead of writing, I kind of, it felt a little bit like a love letter. And, yeah, it felt like a love letter from source. That's happened a lot in my life and my experience with my writing. It's like our source, God, creator, talking directly to us, the child. 1122, the child with a beating heart that still beats, for love, that still beats, marching to the beat of our own drum, his own drum, our own drums. Life is meant to be fun. So with this Mercury retrograde energy, I was guided to write, the way out is within. We are the alchemist, transforming and transformed by soul fires that burn deep within. Always have, child, always will. Divine will, sacred seal, sacred deals, real feels, honoring. And then I was shown an image of glass, like back in the 80s and 90s, we used to call them friendship balls, I think, or, I think that's what they were called. And hand blown glass with beautiful art on it. So, anyways, I was shown like hand blown glass. And then I was guided to write, glass blown, bubbles of light, call back all fragments of fright that diminish the child's delight. And again, so that like goes, I'm seeing now that image of the broken mirror, right? The fragments of glass. And really, I mean, you can put it back together and yet it would never be the same, right? And and so that is perhaps at the core of it all, perhaps that's the disappointment of the child, that wherever that impact took place, wherever the mirror broke, and the fright, because of fright, perhaps the child now, or the adult now, um, realizes how disappointing that was for the child. And so now, as the adult shows up for the child, because we're always children, we're, as long as we're alive, we're a child of light. We are a child of life with a beating heart inside. So we're here to call back. Let me read that again. Glass blown bubbles of light call back all fragments of fright that diminish the child's experience of delight. You are now and always have been the light. Your light, such simplistic delight. It's the little things that burst into the big dreams. Keep the course, freedom horse. So then after that, this like phenomenal doodle came in. I even did some cursive, children, not kids. Kids are baby goats. I even did some cursive. So Within the blue spiral, I was guided to write in purple, divine truth. So the blue spiral came out first, and then the green spiral. And as the green spiral was coming out, I was feeling and sensing an ear. And have you ever seen, like, if you put two ears side by side, they become a heart? So as the green spiral came in, I kept hearing, listening with the inner ear. And then in the center of the green spiral, let's just look at it so you can see it yourself. So, divine truth, inner ear, allowing, when this purple heart was coming through here, it was like allowing our intuition to be the bridge of the old experience, because you may be feeling now it, and certainly like the creepers on the periphery of your space, and it's about our boundaries. Wasn't that written here somewhere? I thought boundaries. Anyways, did I maybe I just thought it and didn't write it. Oh no, limitations and boundaries. Wherever we go, there we are. Living and breathing art. Trust your beautiful beating heart. So it's so critical at this time that we continue to nurture our faith, to grow our faith by the acts of self love in the day to day, showing up, doing laundry, sweeping floors, washing dishes, or chopping wood, carrying water, whatever you want to do, or whatever it is you've got to do. Keep doing it. Our hearts are the key. Our heart is the key to all of it. And remember, making real what we feel. I guess I should have note over here with the disappointment, there was the arrow up to Chiron that said our deepest wound, and then wounded healer. It begins and ends eternally with you. I just heard sacred fool. It's not who you are, it's what you do. Like, because what you do is who you are, right? That's it, ultimately. And then I was guided to write, our love sets our soul free. Our heart is the key. Receive, breathe. So it feels, as we move into this weekend, it's more and more of the same, especially with Phoenix. Phoenix. Oh, Venus moving into Cancer supports the rising of the Phoenix from within. That's cool. I like that. I like that. So, with that being said, I feel like that's it for today. Luck is on our side when we honor the inner compass, our heart as our guide in this lifetime. And we don't know how the story is going to unfold, or maybe we have a little bit of a clue. But honestly, to this point in your life, has anything you imagined has anything you imagined actually come true or through as you imagined? No, no. And not to say that our imaginations didn't come true, but usually we can spend a lot of time, we can be steeped, instead of being steeped in the heart of or the womb of, steeped heart deep in the womb of unconditional love, we can be like uh, clogged up. We can be all in our head to the point where we don't appreciate the unfolding. We don't appreciate the journey of growth. It's this whole evolutionary process of the soul. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. So I'm going to just grab a couple of cards, or I'm not going to grab a couple of cards. They're saying to put the cards back in from the other night. Remember the other day we were told we were in this space of activation in the it's our story. Is it time for your story to be told? It's certainly unfolding. And are you courageous? Yes, you are. Courageous enough to keep going. Yes, you are. Divine royalty, remembering who they are, sweet children of the heart. I remember yesterday or the day before, I'm like, oh, I can't remember the words that I gave for the interactive component. It was wolf and crow. I remembered it after the live, wolf and crow. So perhaps today, let's tune into those energies of wolf and crow, and let's see how we go. Okay. Okay. One more. Two more. My cards are all like inside out backwards. Oh my goodness. Okay. But I feel like these are them. And the first card that came out upside down, 2121, eternal love. We are steeped, heart deep, roots deep in the embrace of eternal love. We are the ones in the here and now that are called to fill our own gosh darn cup. So this is the first card I saw, when ducks fly, or when we've got all of our ducks in a row, and I see people do this like silly little thing, hiding ducks in people's house or whatever. Duck as a medicine is usually a companion of therapists, healers. Ducks are all about emotional balance. And yeah, our own ability, what I'm feeling with this coming out, it's like our own ability to show up for ourselves and be our own therapist, show ourselves we care a bit, and a whole lot more than a bit. 2222. Synchronicity, balance, certainty. It's a number 25, which is a 7, which is reflective of the inside job. It's an inside job. Our our rebirth into this life is something that we do, um, and we have been, all of you have been doing it in your own life, taking responsibility for, it's funny because at the job, when you work in this one department, we've been told now that we have to stay down in this place that they call like the fishbowl. And I never really, like, I've been down there for a couple of weeks now. I freaking love it. I love it. It's quiet. I can do I do my job, obviously, but I can have like some calming music. I play a game with like hot and cold, whether I'm hot and cold in there. But it's like being responsible, energetic citizens. And this is what we are. And it is an honorable walk with your own heart. And so thank you for that, because there's so many, I won't say lost souls, so many um, unaware, yet to awaken, family, our family, our siblings of light in human form that just aren't aware. And there's a lot of like emotional dumping, and there's a lot of trauma dumping on others. And it's time that we're really clear on what we allow into our space, because what we allow is either our opportunity for expansion and growth and potential, or it is an energy of stagnancy, taking and not giving. It's not a balanced reciprocal energy. So it does feel like it's really important for all of us going forward to stay the course the heart has chosen. continue to honor the purity of the heart. Oh my gosh, the horse, the horse, freedom horse, inner child, innocence, freedom. Oh my gosh. And it's a 31. That's the divine feminine. That's the mirror energy of the feminine essence. That's the four, the angels, your ability to communicate with the divine. It's a lifelong gift and skill you have had. And it is that gift and skill and your abilities that got you through the darkest of times in this lifetime. And we've got the eagle here on the renewal card, spirit path of the north node, our own North Star, following our own heart. Because if we don't, who will? Catching our dreams by acknowledging the child that has always lived within. This is Empress energy, the 31. The 4 is the Emperor energy, the counterpart, the it says spiritual progress, success, and hope. Oh, there's hope. Helping our purpose evolve, helping ourselves purposefully every day. So let's see the card that I haven't seen this. It came out like that. I'm really excited. So let's see. Oh my gosh, look at that. Spiritual connection, completion, wisdom, number 9. We're in this year. This was out the other day, wasn't it? Waboos, North. We have 2 of the North. North. Oh my gosh, we've got 3 of the North. These are North. It's like following our own shining star. We had to show up for ourselves for all of it so we could get to this point where we are truly able to set our soul free, wild and free. I always have that visual of hair blowing in the wind. And even though I don't have much hair, it can get messed up. But that visual of just running free, feeling the wind on your face like a dog hanging its head out the window, and its tongue's hanging out, and he's just like, oh my gosh, happy place. That is what we're here for. And so shut the back door. It's a trap door. There's no need to go back anymore. You are spiritually connected. You are receiving a lot of divine guidance. The other day, I don't think I shared this with you because it happened after the live, but I found when I got to work, um, right beside my desk was a dime. I always think of dimes from the divine, right? A dime. And then a couple minutes later, I see there's one right under my desk by my foot. And it was like, oh my gosh, dimes from the divine. And I was instantly in that moment guided back to a time. It was probably just weeks after Frank's transition. And I was doing laundry, and much like I did today. And when I was bringing the stuff out of the dryer, there were 2 dimes and a blue lighter. And I started crying immediately. I just like totally broke down and in that moment. And now 7 years later, like into the 7th season of rebirth without his physical presence, it was such a delight to receive. And then when I came home from work that night, I was sitting outside chatting with my beautiful sweet child, my sweet son. And he's been home for, this is like week 2. He's going back tomorrow for his work out of province, and which is why I took this day to hang out with him. And it's been an interesting couple weeks with him in the nest, in the home space, and it has been challenging. It's had its moments, and that night 2 nights ago was really beautiful. We sat outside. We had some really clarifying conversation, peaceful conversation, loving communication. And then right behind him, it was like this falling star. I call them falling stars. Well, this one was falling because I didn't see it shooting across the sky. It fell in the tree, like right outside, like not very far away. And it was like it fell, and I was like, and he saw me. I'm like, oh my gosh, a falling star. And he's like, oh, I saw someone, I was in Quebec. So we're in that season too of meteor showers and stuff. And it was just such a beautiful, to receive these little things, 2 dimes and a falling star, to receive the visual confirmation that spirit is all around, guiding us, encouraging us to keep going. Don't back down now. Do not, keep those boundaries strong, because you may have people, I've certainly felt people wanting to get back into my space. They were actually never truly in my space to begin with. And yet, because I was never truly um, in my space, if you will. And so we're not to weaken our boundaries. Keep those boundaries strong. Keep going the direction that your heart is guiding you. Keep listening to, with the inner ear, to that sweet child that lives inside of you, that just wants to run wild and free, simply being who they came to be. And ultimately, as a spiritual warrior, as a leader, guide, teacher, emperor, empress, whatever you may identify as divine royalty, you have been crowned. As divine royalty, we did not come to bow or back down to, especially if you have been doing the inner work. And if you're here, you have been doing the inner work. And now we are on the verge of, I must be thinking of the book The Alchemist, the mirage in the desert. We're in the realm of desserts first. We did good. We're doing good. So, with that being said, I'm going to go get my comforter out of the laundry and make beds and mop floors. So, I'm not sure when I'll see you again live. I trust spirit will guide me when I'm meant to be here. I am just living and breathing moment to moment. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for showing up. And thank you for pouring into my cup. Until next time, everyone, take good care. Show yourself. And as a beautiful side effect, the world that you care. Until next time, have fun.